Hi everyone, my name is Tori, this is Nova Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some holiday romance recommendations to share with you, as well as my holiday romance TBR. So I think last year I separated these two videos, or these two topics I should say, but this year I wanted to combine them because just in case like you guys wanted to read some of the holiday romances also on my TBR, I thought I would put them in the same video. Now, I do have my holiday sweatshirt on. It says, "'Tis the season to read romance books." I love it. I have the red lips. I have the holiday curls. I just went all out for today. Yes, my pumpkins are still out. This week I'm transitioning to my pink holiday decor. So we're just gonna go with it. My nails are green and gold. Like, I'm just in the holiday mood and I'm ready. I'm ready for all the holiday romances. So with all that being said, let's just dive into the romance recommendations right off the bat for the holiday season. The first one I have is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borson. I read this last year during the holiday season and I absolutely loved it. So this is the first book in the Love Light Farms series, or Love Light series. And in this book, basically our female character and our main male character, they have been childhood friends forever. And it's a more of a friends to lovers romance off of that. So he's been around the family for a while. And when she kind of has this opportunity for her farm that she owns to grow, she has this like social media person come out. It's one of those things where she has to like win it and she wants to seem like more desirable. She asks her childhood friend that she's known for literally her whole life to fake date her, and when that happens, like he's kind of like forced to bring all of the feelings that he's had to the forefront for her for years because they're fake dating. I personally loved it. I thought it was a great time. I really enjoyed the writing. The second book is my favorite so far, and I'm reading Mixed Signals in December. So if you want to get started with the Love Light series, definitely check out this book. I loved it. It was such a good time. The next one I have is The Holly Dates by Brittany Cherry. I really love Brittany Cherry's writing, and I read this last year as well. And I really loved this one. This one is one of those things where like she is kind of like going on these like consistent dates to like try and find a partner. And the person that she runs into when she's walking into one of the buildings and like to actually go on a date, she crashes into this guy and he is like super grumpy and stuff like that. And I think he's a chef if I'm not mistaken. I really enjoyed this one. This one was super fun. This one, it's one of those things where you have like, you're going on all these dates, or she's going on all these dates to try and like find this partner that she really enjoys and that she has a lot of things in common with. And while she's doing that, the person who ultimately becomes her, you know, forever partner is standing right there. She just didn't think to look at that person. So I really enjoyed this one. It had the holiday feels, but with Brittany Cherry's emotional writing. So if you're looking for that one, I would definitely check out this one. If you're looking for more of a rom-com romance, I have There's Something About Mary by Cody Hall. So this one, I loved it because it's a pink cover. I picked up at Barnes & Noble. This one was okay, but I would recommend it if you're looking for more of like the rom-com-y vibe. So this one has a single dad with a past that he's like just trying to, you know, like focus on his kid and that's it. But then you have a female character that comes in and she's super bubbly. While they met online, they agreed to keep things very just like friendship, platonic type thing. And I really enjoyed this. I wish the kid was more like involved in the romance, like some other single dad romances, but it's cute, it's adorable, it's very rom-com-y. So if you're looking for that, you could definitely check out this one. I listened to the audiobook and the audiobook was actually decent. And I do know that there's another book by this author. This is like the second book in a series. So there's a series. I haven't read the other books. I heard that those are pretty good. So if you want to check out some of the other ones in this series, you can. But I enjoyed this one. And I always love a pink cover. So that's really what got me with this one. The next one I have is Alaska for Christmas by Jennifer Snow. So this one I actually read last year with Jess at Piece of Books. She was visiting me and I think we like read it while she was both here because we picked it up. I actually really enjoyed this romance. I don't know what it was about this, but it was like a Hallmark movie, but like in a romance book, but like a little less cheesy, if that makes sense. So if that's what you're looking for, you can definitely pick this up. But basically a female character, she goes back to Alaska, to her hometown, to kind of spend the holiday season there after, you know, she hasn't been home for a while, but she goes to see her adoptive family. She stays with them. And while she's there, she's had an accident where she has amnesia, and the guy that she she like doesn't, that they kind of had a thing when they were younger. So basically he's like trying to get her memories back, and he starts to like feel for something for her, but he's like, is this just because she has amnesia and she doesn't really remember me from the past and stuff like that? So I actually really enjoyed this one, so you could definitely check out this one. It's a super cute read. I think the audiobook is available. If I'm not mistaken, I listened to the audiobook and it was actually really good, so I want to check out more by this author. But if you have any more recommendations from Jennifer Snow, let me know. But I actually really like this one. The next one I have is a Chloe Lease book, and it's a little novella called Mistletoe Motive. I read this last year finally. So the year before, in 2021, it was a Kobo exclusive, and I didn't have Kobo, so I had to wait till it went wide, and I actually really enjoyed this one. This is a slow burn enemies to lovers romance where it takes place like around like a bookshop, which I personally really enjoyed as like a bookish person. I thought it was super cute. Like, who doesn't want to meet their like person around a bookshop and like have everything there? It's one of those things where it's also opposites attract, so they're forced to like work together. He's super grumpy and hates the holidays, and she absolutely loves it, so she's trying to get him to love the holidays and do holiday things. And I just really thought this novella was absolutely adorable. I do have another novella, which is A Holiday Temptation. This one is super cute. It's by Tiffany Patterson. I love it because the disability representation, he is in a wheelchair, and our female character kind of like comes into his life at like the perfect time, and he's obviously has a reason to hate the holidays, but she comes in and helps him, and I really enjoyed it. It was super sweet. So if you're looking for more of like quick holiday reads, you can definitely check out those two. I will say that The Holiday Temptation is a little bit more serious, I would say. Another little novella that I have is The Christmas Blanket by Candy Steiner. So this one is a little novella that's actually a second chance romance where our female character goes back home. It's super cozy, and while she's on the way home to spend the holidays with her family, she is actually saved by her ex-husband when her car is like kind of skidding off the road on the ice, and so they can't actually get to the town, so they're forced to stay in a cabin for I think it's like a couple of days or something like that. So there's literally nothing else to do but talk, and she obviously they both don't want to talk, but they're forced to like open up, and then you can see kind of like what went wrong in their previous relationship and how they can fix it and everything like that. And I personally really enjoyed this one. It was super adorable. So if you're also looking for a little bit more emotional, because Candy Steiner does write a lot of like angsty and emotional stuff, definitely check out this one. But I thought it was really sweet. I thought it was good for the holiday season. Another book that I have to share that's a really cool holiday romance that I enjoyed was The Holiday Trap by Roan Parrish. So this one actually follows two different couples and like a dual timeline thing. So for some people it can get confusing. I listened to the audiobook, and I think that kind of made me confused with the timelines and stuff like that with the dual point of views. So basically you have these two people that kind of like switched houses. They did like an exchange where they live, and they find like their person, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like around the holiday season, they're living in the moment, but then they have to like go back, and they're like, how are we supposed to make this work and go back? It was just like a super like cozy, cute holiday romance. I just thought this was really cute because it's one of those things where it's like you can be in the moment for the holidays and like feel something for someone, but then you have to like go back to reality and realize like, is this worth fighting for? Is this love worth fighting for? And I thought it was absolutely adorable. I liked it. I would say I would physically read this one, not listen to the audiobook, because it can get kind of confusing with the two different points of views and the two different stories, but it was cute. It was adorable. They're both fast moving because you get two books. You get two romances in one story, so that sounds good. You can definitely check out that one. The last romance recommendation I have is 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. Now this one last year took me completely by surprise. I picked it up because of the pink cover, but this is like an age gap. Our female character is like pink personified. That's her, like she loves the color pink, and her boyfriend breaks up with her after he's like, you know, you're so childish, you only wear pink, like it's not great, all this stuff like that. And so she's like, you know what? To get him back, I'm going to go after his boss, and I'm going to go to the holiday party and see him and be on his boss's arm. Now, he's a lawyer. The boss is a lawyer. Her ex-boyfriend is like trying to make partner, and our main male character hates her ex-boyfriend, like does not think he's a good person to work for, does not want him to make partner because he owns the company as well. So I love this because it's like a billionaire, like all of this stuff. Like she obviously hooked up with him and like swiped right basically, or left. I don't even know how the dating apps work, but she matched with him, and they're doing like all these Christmassy stuff. So it takes place around like Halloween through the holiday season, through like Thanksgiving and through Christmas. And then after that, I thought it was great. It's one of my favorites. It became one of my favorite romances of last year, which I was not expecting. So I would highly recommend this one if you're looking for like a good age gap, spicy good time. I absolutely loved it. Damien was absolute perfection, and I want everyone to read this if you haven't read it already. I'm gonna get into my holiday TBR. So I have a lot of holiday romances that I want to read, and actually a lot of them are novellas. There is a novellathon happening in December. A couple of my friends are hosting that. It's a 3-day type thing over the weekend, so I'm definitely gonna vlog that. I did ask on my community page if you guys wanted me to do Vlogmas. I don't know if I could do a video every day because that's a lot, but I could try and do either one vlog a week or like 2 smaller vlogs, like one on Thursday, one on Sunday. And that's what the majority said. So I'm going to try and do an extra 2 vlogs a week. So you're going to get 2 normal videos and then 2 vlogs. So during the novellathon, I'm definitely going to read a lot of these novellas. I'm going to save them for that, which I'm really excited for. Here are just some of them I have. Now, I will say a lot of these I really don't know the synopsis for. I placed the hold for a lot of the audiobooks kind of when I was looking back in like October because I wanted to make sure that I had some holiday romances to listen to. So I do have one. It's called Time to Shine by Rachel Reed. Apparently Landon Stackhouse is being called up from the Calgary farm team and is excited and terrified as the backup goalie. So apparently Casey is the winger for the team and he is not impressed with the goalie. They're forced to be like roommates or something like that. They have to spend the holidays together, which that sounds so freaking good. So like an MM hockey romance, but like during the holiday season, like literally what else could I want? So I definitely am going to listen to that one because I'm really excited for it. I do have a December to Remember by Jenny Bayless. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this because it looks more women's fiction-y for a holiday romance, but I'll give it a try. I'm willing to give it a try. So it says one unique antique shop, the coziest holiday season of their lives. So it says wildly different half-sisters Maggie, Simone, and Star. They have hardly seen one another since their summer at. Now years later, all 3 of them are called to read Augustus's will. And that's like the person who owns the antique shop, their dad. And they realized that he's orchestrated a series of hoops that they must jump through to unlock their inheritance. So I think it's like one of those cute things. It reminds me kind of like the Dreamland Billionaire series because that's kind of like the presents. There's a will that they have to do. But I thought that one was cute. I also have The Christmas Wager. It's a enemies to lovers holiday rom-com set in the mountain town of Maple Falls, Colorado. I do have Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. This audio just came in. This is another holiday rom-com about 2 adult children of 2 former rock stars who team up to convince their estranged mothers to play a Christmas Eve concert. They're rock star royalty, basically, like something like that, it seems. So yeah, they're dealing with rock star shenanigans, a 24-hour film crew, mobs of adoring fans, and she has to step out of her comfort zone. And he's on the sidelines cheering her on. I think that sounds super cute. We'll see if that, pans out, if that, is one that's, gonna make it if I'm actually gonna read it. One of the physical ones I have left is Snowed In for Christmas by Jacqueline Snow. This was sent to me from Forever Publishing. I got this back in October, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna definitely put this on my holiday romance TBR. So sorority mom Becca is used to guys not taking her seriously. She's too blonde, too quirky, or just too much. I'm already intrigued. So she did the dating to focus on her job and a house filled with drama and plenty of tea. She has the holidays and a major blizzard on her doorstep, and she has everything to survive the next 2 weeks on her own. And oh my god, and so she has chocolate, plenty of books, and the memory of a steamy kiss with a certain sexy Grumposaurus football coach to keep her warm. That sounds so cute. That sounds so cute, and I'm dead set on reading that. Like literally dead set on reading that. I do have a couple more full-length books. I have Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. Of course, I'm going to read another Morgan Elizabeth for the holiday season because I love her. And this, I think, is a small town cowboy romance. Like he's actually a cowboy. Sold. I think she's a single mom if I'm not mistaken. I have Let Your Hearts Be Light by Faye Quinn. All I know is one of my patrons and a couple other people recommended it to me, and I picked up the audiobook. This is an MM romance, I think, that I'm so excited for. I have Claws in Effect by Piper Rain. I've heard this one is okay, but I want to read it. It has a pink cover and it just really intrigued me. I also have It Happened One Christmas by Chanel Gurton. This one seems more of like a fiction book, but it's on my TBR. I think I have the audiobook somewhere. I think I have the audiobook from Libro FM. So I'm willing to give it a try. We shall see. We shall see. Now, getting into the novellas I have a decent amount. So I'm going to run through them really quickly. If You Give a Grump a Holiday Wish List by Anne Einerson. I'm getting an arc of this right after Thanksgiving, I think, which I'm very excited for. I loved the cover when I saw it, so I was like, sign me up, yes please. I also have Cupid Christmas by Ilse Madden Mills. I have heard this one was okay, but I want to give it a try. I love Ilse Madden Mills, so I'm willing to give that one a little bit of a try. I have Spiked Hot Chocolate by Rilsey Adams. I love Rilsey Adams novellas, so I'm excited to read this one and see what this one's about. I have Trick Shot by Kayla Gross. I've heard a lot of good things about this. Apparently, I don't know if it's a polyamorous romance. I don't know, but it has 2 guys and 1 girl on the cover. I'm sold. I'm sold. I also have Second Bite by S.J. Tilley. I read Dawn by S.J. Tilley and I'm obsessed. And when I saw this holiday kind of novella going around, I was like, yes, please give it to me. A Festive Feud by Marion Moore. This one has been going around because of the cover, so I'm immediately intrigued. Like, immediately intrigued, and I want to read it so badly. I have Snowden with the Player by Rebecca Jinchak and Sneaking Around with the Player by Rebecca Jinchak. It's a bind up that you can get on Amazon. You can get the paperback, or both of them, the novellas are separate in Kindle Unlimited, but I want to get to these. These are a little bit older ones. I think they came out last year, and I think Jess read 1 or 2 of them and she liked them, so I want to read them. Wrapped in You by Talia Hibbert. I always love Talia Hibbert, so this is one of my last novellas I have to read by her. And that's all the little novellas that I have. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot of holiday romance recommendations and a lot of books that I have on my TBR. Will I get to all of them? I hope so. I don't know. I really hope so. But you can let me know what you're excited for holiday romances in the comments down below. I would definitely love to know. For the emoji, drop me some like Christmas emoji. Drop me a Christmas tree, a wreath, a green heart, a red heart, a hat, a Santa hat. Anything holidays, drop it in the comments down below. I would love to know because I'm feeling all of that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.